What's going on? I'm Rossdude, here to talk about some Star Wars. Some real Star Wars.
Looks like
Star Wars.
back on the menu, boys.
Wow, that is delicious. Finally, some good fucking food.
Alright, so I know I'm a little late to the game. Alright? Mandalorian came out back in November, and the whole first season has been out for a bit now. So, look, I'm a part-time YouTuber, alright? I got a real job. I got a family. I got a house to take care of, alright? I can't be making videos all the time. But I have a moment here to talk about The Mandalorian. As always, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen The Mandalorian and you want to see it, don't be watching this video because I'm gonna spoil it. I'm gonna spoil it like goddamn fucking spoiled milk. Alright? So if you just step away. If you haven't seen it and you want to see it, just take a step back, exit out of that browser, turn the volume off. Smash your computer with a brick. I don't know. Just be gone. Be gone. So, The Mandalorian. Alright, so The Mandalorian came out on Disney Plus, which is Disney's streaming channel, sort of akin to Amazon Prime and Netflix. Let me just get this right out here, like right off the bat. I'm not big on these streaming services, okay? I'm a collector. Alright, I'm a fan. I'm a real Star Wars fan.
Don't lose your way.
Alright, like real. I'm talking REAL, real Star Wars fan. I want to be able to hold my Star Wars. Alright, I want to be able to cradle it, to caress it, so gently. I have to smell it, to just embrace it fully, to see it on my shelf and be like, look at that, I got it. I got Mandalorian Blu-ray DVD. So look, I'm not big on these streaming services, alright? I know, I kind of get it, but now there's so many now that I don't get it. Like, I don't. So I don't know. So The Mandalorian is exclusive to Disney Plus as of right now. Will they release a Blu-ray DVD? I sure as fuck hope so. I sure as hope so. Alright, because I want it. I want it bad. So, here's what you gotta do. If you want to watch it and you haven't yet, there's really no excuse because like all the other streaming services, Disney Plus has a free trial period. I believe for Disney Plus like a week, something like that. Sign up for it, alright? Sign up for that free trial period. Binge watch the hell out of The Mandalorian. Watch it all. And then before that week's up, go ahead and unsubscribe to it. Don't give them any money. Just watch it for free. Alright?
Don't lose your way.
So, there's really no excuse to not watch The Mandalorian, except like maybe you don't have time because you got like wife and kids and stuff like that. I understand that. But I even made it happen. Okay? So, yeah, do that. And once the Blu-ray DVD comes out, let's go ahead and buy that schnoz. Netflix released Stranger Things on DVD Blu-ray. So, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but also this is Disney we're talking about here, and they want to use The Mandalorian as like a hook, like bait.
That's bait.
Like bait, they want to reel you in like a fish with the Mandalorian on a hook. Yeah, that's what they want to do. That's their golden ticket to getting people to sign up for Disney Plus. Because otherwise, no one really wants Disney Plus. I don't think. I mean, there's some great old Disney stuff on there. Disney used to be awesome. They used to be great. They've dwindled. Oh, how they've dwindled. But that's a story for another day. So there's some good stuff on there, but, I already have Blu-ray DVDs, all that good stuff. I already got them. So I'm not too excited about that stuff, to be honest with you. I was just all in it for The Mandalorian. So without further ado, without any more shitting, let's go ahead and talk about the actual Mandalorian itself, the show itself. So we start off with the Mandalorian. He's a bounty hunter, of course. That's what Mandalorians do. If you know anything about Star Wars lore, at all, you know that Mandalorians are a warrior people. And so, typically, when there's no, war going on or anything like that, they're probably going to be a bounty hunter. I mean, it makes sense. They're not just copying Boba Fett. They're not just like, hey, remember Boba Fett? All right, they're not like that. It's, they're just, they're doing what they're good at. They're doing what they do. So the Mandalorian, he's on this ice world, and he's hunting down this blue fish guy that looks like a character just torn right out of Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's great. I love it. And he goes into this shady bar with this blue fish guy that's getting picked on by these two dudes, and they're like, they're tough guys. So Mandalorian walks in like, oh Mando, you're so tough. I don't know how tough you are. And then he kicks their ass basically. And he even shoots the door closed on one of them. And that's pretty sweet. The set is really awesome. The sets throughout this whole show are great. They're really 90s-esque. I felt like I was watching a show from the 90s for the most part. It's a little bit better. The production value is a little bit better and the writing's a little bit better. But it does have that 90s aurora about it. So, he beats these tough guys up, and he gets the blue fish dude, and he takes him back to his ship, the Razor's Crest. All right. So it's this old busted up ship that they even mention is pre-Empire, so from Clone War era, and the fish dude, the blue fish dude, he's kind of a funny dude. So he's kind of cracking on this body humor and stuff like that, which is fitting for this character. And right off the bat, you could start thinking oh no, is this guy gonna be the sidekick for the whole series? Please God, no. Don't worry, he's not in it for very long. He starts snooping around down in the cargo hold of the Razor's Crest, and the Mandalorian goes down there and throws him basically into a little carbon chamber, a portable carbon chamber, which at that point you're kind of invoking images of Empire Strikes Back, which is sort of Boba Fett's sort of most famous in, and it's a little bit too much of a callback to Boba Fett, which we're getting away from here. We want to get away from Boba Fett. The Mandalorian. Let me be clear. Let me be clear here. The Mandalorian is not Boba Fett. He's very different. He's a very different character. We get all these bounties in Carbonite, and the Mando delivers them to the Bounty Hunters Guild. Carl Weathers plays the boss of the guild. I forget his name at the moment. Maybe I'll put the name down here. The character's name right here. Anyways, Carl Weathers, Predator and Rocky fame. He's outstanding. He's great. He's the boss. And the Mandalorian's like, okay, what other jobs you got? What other jobs? I need to make some money. What other jobs you got? Jobs. I need money. Money good. And Carl was like, yeah, we don't have there's a lot of petty stuff. Doesn't pay very well. Kind of like junky jobs, basically a whole bunch of junky jobs. But there's one really weird one good one. But it's kind of like hush hush. It's so under the table that we don't even have a data chip or a bounty puck is what they call them, on hand. You have to actually go. You actually have to go to the client and talk to him face to face and see what they got going on. So the Mando's like, yeah, all right, sure, I'll do that. And he goes to this sort of this shady part of town, even though the whole town is kind of shady. I think it is like just a bounty hunter town or whatever. But he goes into like this alleyway, and he goes into this door, and the little Jabba the Hutt's palace eyeball thing pops out. And the Mando goes in there, and there's this old dude sitting at a table, surrounded by a squad of stormtroopers. Yeah, that's right. We're talking old Empire, baby. This show takes place after Return of the Jedi, 5 years after Return of the Jedi, I believe. And the old dude's like, yeah, look, hey, I can't tell you much either. But hey, look, I can tell you its age. It's like 50 years old. We got this tracking fob. Alright, so tracking fob. I guess that's how bounty hunters do their job. They got this little like beeping thing. Beep, 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 beep. They call it tracking fob. I'm not entirely sure how the tracking fob works, to be honest, and I think it's one of the weakest aspects of the show. So apparently these little tracking fobs can just track somebody anywhere in the universe. I'm not too sure how they work. But it's strange. It kind of, I don't know. It speeds up the show definitely, but I think you could have had a lot of fun with the Mandalorian sort of, doing his research, doing his private investigation stuff to find his bounty rather than just following like beep 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 beep. You know what I'm saying? So he follows the tracking hub. He takes the job. He gets the tracking fob, and he follows it to this planet. That's kind of Tatooine-ish, not quite as deserty, but kind of. And he runs into these like dinosaur-like animals. All right. They're kind of small dinosaur animals, and he's actually getting beat pretty bad by these things. And they get tranked by a Ugnaught named Krill. Alright, so Krill's like this Ugnaught that kind of runs this little farm, and he's got trained little dinosaur things that he rides. I forget their name at the moment, so again, I will put the name right here, right in this space. I'll put the dinosaur name. So Krill kind of fixes the Mandalore up a little bit, helps him out a little bit. And he's like, look, man, you can't take, you can't. I got an itch here. He's like, look, you can't take a speeder bike to where you gotta go. You gotta ride these dinosaur things. All right, you gotta ride these dinosaur things. And the Mandalorian's like, well, why are you helping me out, man? And Krill says, well, whatever is here that you're after, has been causing a lot of trouble lately because there's a lot of people coming to get it, disruptive people, shady people. My planet used to be quiet and peaceful, and I just want you to, be done, get it done. And so I'm alone again. And so he's like, all right, cool. So he teaches the Mandalorian how to ride these dinosaur things, and they're off. They go to this building. It's got a little square. And surprisingly enough, an IG unit shows up. So I believe this one's called IG-11 or something like that, I think. It's not IG-88. They make sure to say that, but it's basically the same thing. It is an IG unit, and they do a really good job showing how an IG unit works, how it can rotate its body and the way that it moves to make it an efficient killing machine. So the IG unit is like, hey, Mando, this is my job. And the Mando's like, no, actually it's my job. But there's so many enemies that they agree to work together for the time being. And there's big shootout. It's great because the Mandalorian, he's not perfect. All right, he's like, cover me. He goes to try and wire the door so they can get into the complex. Can't do it. There's too many guns shooting at him. So he's like, shit. And he goes back behind cover. And he's like, I can't do it. So I love stuff like that. I love like these little ideas that probably would have worked in the original Star Wars, and they just don't work because Mando's not perfect and he's just under too much heat. Eventually they do kill all the guards, the people who are guarding the bounty, which I don't know who they are. I still don't know who they are and what their deal is. Not too sure. Not too sure who they were working for. I don't know. Yeah, they kill all of them. They get into the complex, and they find the bounty. 50 years old, right? I mean, this is the character that's taken the internet by storm, like by total storm. They find this little like floating bassinet with motherfucking Baby Yoda in it. Alright, Baby Yoda. So we see Baby Yoda, and the IG unit's like, alright, look, we gotta kill this thing, that's our job. And Mando says, let's take it in alive. Alright, let's take it in alive. I don't want to kill it. And IG unit is like, I'm gonna kill it because I'm a robot and I don't care about that shit. But before he can kill the Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian shoots the IG unit in the head, and that deactivates him, and he falls down useless. And the Mando takes Baby Yoda alive. Okay, so I missed some details that are kind of important. All right, back on that bounty hunter world, there's like a tribe of Mandalorians that are like in hiding. The old Imperial dude, the old Imperial man, the client, as payment for this job, he offered the Mandalorian Beskar steel. All right, which is like the most powerful metal in all of Star Wars, and it's native to Mandalore, and the Mandalorians are the sort of the artisans of the Beskar steel. Their armor is made out of Beskar, typically. So he gave the Mando like a piece, like a small sample, like here you go, for taking the job, and he took it back to his tribe, and the tribe, the leader, I think she's the leader of the tribe. Well, she's at least the wisest, like the wisdom part of the tribe, is the armorer, and she melts down the little piece of Beskar and turns it into a shoulder plate for the Mandalorian. So a few things here. When she's making the shoulder plate, the Mandalorian has sort of this like flashback when he was a kid and he was under attack, and it's very brief. But he also mentions foundlings, like giving the excess Beskar to the foundlings. And right there, already it's hinting that the Mandalorian himself is not like a pure-blood Mandalorian. He's like adopted by the Mandalorians. And I guess that's a big thing that they do in their culture is take people in who swear an oath to the warrior ways of Mandalore. And that's what a foundling is like an orphan who was taken in by Mandalorians, and they're being trained basically to become Mandalorian. So that's kind of interesting. And then there's other Mandalorians, and they're like hidden in the sewers here. There's other Mandalorians, and later on they mention that they can only go out like one at a time, which is confusing. I'm not too sure what's up with that. The Empire clearly took over Mandalore during their conquest, but the Empire has mostly been, eradicated at this point. So you have the New Republic is the Order, but it looks like the Mandalorians are still in hiding. So I don't know about that. I don't know what's going on there quite yet either. So anyways, yeah. Fast forward back to we found Baby Yoda. So that's how episode 1 ends, is with the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. And I think the Mandalorian has a connection to Baby Yoda because Baby Yoda is a child, even though he's supposed to be 50 years old. The IG unit says like some creatures don't age the same way. So just because he's 50 years old does not mean he's an old, wise person. He's still just a baby. I don't know what the significance in the age is anyways. I don't know why the old Imperial dude said that. So yeah, that's my question on that. But I think oh, hold on a second. Huh. Okay, I had to cut something. My computer went to screensaver mode for no reason. I'm pretty sure I'm filming here, computer. Anyways, I think that's the connection with the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda is because they're both orphans. They're both orphans, and the Baby Yoda, in a sense, is a foundling. But the Mandalorian is still, dedicated to his job. He's going to take Baby Yoda in. So then we have Episode 2. Episode 2, they're walking back to the Razor's Crest with the little floating bassinet thing. It's just the Mandalorian, Baby Yoda, and they get jumped by these, this Bosk-like creatures, bounty hunter aliens, and the Mandalorian fights them and uses his power rifle, which is a really cool weapon, to disintegrate them, which is pretty sweet. So then you kind of get this idea of oh, okay, that's like when Darth Vader told Boba Fett no disintegrations. You can see disintegrating is a Mandalorian trait, which is pretty sweet. So they get attacked by them. The Mandalorian is injured a little bit, and on their way back, the Baby Yoda tries to do something, tries to touch his wound, tries to touch the Mandalorian's wound. The Mandalorian doesn't quite get it. He's not injured that bad, but he's fixing himself. He doesn't quite get what's going on with the Baby Yoda, so he puts Baby Yoda back in the bassinet, but then Baby Yoda gets back out, tries to do it again. He's like, yeah, get back in that bassinet, you little fucker. And so anyways, that's the first sort of sign that Baby Yoda is using the Force. All right. So the Mandalorian takes Baby Yoda back to the ship, but when he's getting there, there's a big sandcrawler, Jawa sandcrawler, down there, and there's these Jawas stripping the Razor's Crest. They've stripped it pretty much for all of its parts. It's just basically a skeleton of a ship. And the Mandalorian just starts opening fire on them. which is awesome. I love that. So he just starts opening fire on them. He disintegrates a few of them. They get on their sandcrawler. They start going. He chases after them. He actually climbs up onto their sandcrawler, and he's climbing his way up to the top. And they're trying to opening up windows and trying to throw shit at him and knock him off and shoot at him, but he's throwing them out. He finally gets to the top, and you're yeah, he's gonna kick these Jawas' asses. There's a whole bunch of them up there, and they just shoot the shit out of him with their little ion guns, and he falls from the top of the sandcrawler down onto the earth. Bang! Out cold, and the sandcrawler gets away. So the Mando is fucked, basically. He goes back to Krill's farm. All right. He goes back to Krill's farm, and there, he's like, I need your help. I need to get my parts back from these Jawas. They're stealing motherfuckers. I want to kill them. Krill's like, whoa. You have to understand the Jawa, all right? You have to understand they're traitors, all right? They trade. They're salesmen, all right? You had to bargain with the Jawas. You got to bargain with them, which might not be so easy now that you've killed 10 of them. He's like, well, what the hell can I bargain for? I don't have shit except this fucking Baby Yoda. He's like, you're a Mandalorian, aren't you? You can do tough guy shit. And so Krill, Baby Yoda, and the Mando find the Jawas, and Krill's like, hey, look, peace This guy, he was an asshole to you, I get it. But look, he's a Mandalorian. He's a tough guy. He can do tough guy shit. Is there anything you want him to do so he can get his parts back for his ship? And the Jawas like, yeah, actually, you know, there's this Mudhorn. There's this Mudhorn, man. It's got, we love it. We want its egg. We want this Mudhorn's egg. So the Mudhorn kind of looks like the rhino-looking creature from Attack of the Clones, but it looks like it's like a little hairier. So I don't know if it's the same thing or just related. So they're like, yeah, we want the Mudhorn egg. So the Mando and Baby Yoda go to this cave where the Mudhorn is sleeping, and the Mudhorn just starts kicking the shit out of the Mandalorian, like really beating him up. And the cinematography here is really great, and it feels like a real high quality production. I mean, he's just beating the shit out of Mando, and he's gonna basically kill the Mando when suddenly the Mudhorn is starts to levitate. All right, starts to levitate, and the Mando looks at Baby Yoda, and Baby Yoda is using the Force to levitate and keep in place the Mudhorn. So the Mando takes out his knife and stabs the Mudhorn in a vital spot and kills the Mudhorn. Keep in mind, the Mando's armor is completely busted to shit, and he's muddy as all hell. It looks fantastic. He gets the egg, he brings the egg back to the Jawas. The Jawas start eating the yolk out of the egg, and they give him his shit back. And Krill helps him put the ship together, and they fly off. That is episode 2. That's episode 2 right there. So this first season has, I believe, 8 episodes. So we have 6 more to get through. 6 more! But this is my first sort of take, my first sort of video. I'm going to do it in like 2 by 2 bits here. So at this point, the show is outstanding. It is great. It is like a return to form. Alright? Has that 90s vibe. Even feels more like Star Trek than Star Trek feels like Star Trek these days. Which, how the hell did that happen? It's such a, oh dude, it hits me right here. It hits me right here. But we'll see. We'll see in the next video. We'll talk a little bit about what happens along the show. Spoiler, it's a pretty good show all the way through, but there are some things that I want to talk about. So, that will be in part 2. So, thanks for watching. I'm Rossdude. Out.